time is it and what time is it? Let me tell you now, it is the DW World Equity Times. From now onwards, every Monday, 9 a.m., 10 minutes is all you need to spend with us. And on every Monday morning, we're going to pick a powerful stock, and it may come from Singapore markets, Malaysia markets, Hong Kong markets, China markets, US or UK markets. And we call this the OTOP 1910. One target, one purpose, Monday, 9 a.m. and 10 minutes. Be forewarned, we are not recommending any stocks, but it could be a very powerful stocks or very potential commodity counter for that particular week. So stay tuned, and what you're going to do next is every Monday, 9 a.m., just log on and watch us. Stay tuned and be our friend. I'll be right back. Welcome back to the OTOP series, and this is the episode 76, and that's for the week 17 January year 2022. And for those who have actually picked up some positions in 347 Hong Kong, that is the Ankang deal last week, congratulations, and more good things will be coming your way. Alright, stay tuned, and all we need is just 10 minutes of a time on a Monday morning, 9 a.m. Singapore time or Hong Kong time, and stay tuned. And this week we're going to give you something, well, on the American market side. Alright, stay tuned. Well, let's take a look on last Friday. Okay, last Friday, the major bank shares in the US fell, alright, and that actually caused the Dow Jones to fall 201 points, 201, upon the closing on Friday, alright, despite all the bank shares met and topped the estimates. But why are they still coming down? Because that's a very important event coming, and I want all of you to remember this. There will be a FOMC meeting this month on the 25th and 26th of January, alright, which is next week. So, well, the pressure on the tapering program, rate tightening, well, these are all still coming, but not immediately, but probably we are talking about tapering will start off in January, while the interest rate increase will probably come sometime in the second quarter and before June. So with all this pressure putting down onto the bank shares, that actually caused Dow Jones a plunge. Alright, so this week in the OTOP 76 for the week 17 January, stay tuned, and we're going to move on to a very interesting ETF. But before we even go on that, let us do a quick recap on what we covered last week. Alright, before that, let's take a look at Dow Jones, and this is exactly how it looked like on last Friday, closing at the price 35,911 on Friday. Alright, Friday, and that was the 14th January. Alright, if we look at the technical pattern, well, I think the day chart here shows you a little bit of bearish sign with the momentum hitting zero. Alright, and most likely we are expecting the Dow Jones to move sideways and beginning to do some correction, at least over the end January to February, while the US Federal Reserve policymakers are still adding on pressure to the tapering program. Alright, let's take a look at Hong Kong 347, the one that we talked about last week. Well, it is here, and bingo. Well, for last week, I think for those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 who have been catching up anywhere in the price, alright, of 370 to 375 or even 380. Well, hold on to it, because this is a very potential good stock. Okay, not only on the short term, but you can actually hold it for the next 1 or 2 months or even longer. We will actually continue to update you on this. Alright, and if you see that, look at the chart here, it has got a lot of potential to move up. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, or last week in fact, the good thing about holding Ankang is because this company has got very low debt ratio to equity, and it is on the low side here, near to $3.50 Hong Kong dollars. Alright, if you look at the month chart, which the highest market trading was about near to $40 Hong Kong dollars, and that was in the 2007. So for all these years, the reason why it has been trading down is because of gold prices trading on the low side. Alright, so when gold prices leads up and escalates, we are going to see Ankang move up, but of course an important catalyst that is going to drive up the gold mining shares in Hong Kong and the gold prices. Alright, the catalyst will be a weakening US dollars. Alright, I'm going to show you on this on the US dollars. Well, on the USDX, okay, we look at here. Alright, if you look at the channel here, actually, well, the market has actually, well, I would say that it's broken down. So perhaps this week is going sideways, but in the mid to long run, we are still looking at dollar weakening. Alright, so it's a short-term recovery here after it has come down on the first 2 weeks of January in year 2022, as you can see here. Well, turning back to the month chart, alright, as you can see on the month chart, well, there's not much reason here for the time being to say that it could be a bull market technically. Well, in fact, I would think there are more reasons to forecast, okay, a bear market here. I want to just show you something, alright, either here or here. Well, so I think downside is still in view, alright, for dollar index. So when dollar is going to weaken, okay, in the mid trend, in the midterm, as we are looking at least for the next 6 months, for example, 6 months. So when dollar weaken, what will be a good currency to go into? Of course, buying euros is a good thing. Okay, but long yen will be another option, which is exactly in OTOP 76 what we are going to show you. Long yen, that means short dollar. So on that context, let's take a look at the US dollar versus Japanese yen, and you will know what we are trying to drive across to you. Alright, looking at this dollar yen, when we're talking about dollar weakening, right, that means we're looking at a fall in the dollar yen trend, which is sell dollar buy yen. Alright, sell dollar and buy yen. If I want to show you on the month chart here, alright, month chart here, on a very big term, we are looking at well, okay, a very strong resistance here, which is about 124 for many years since the late 90s until now. So we're on the high side. Okay, if you look at this on the month chart, alright, month chart, and there could be a big possibility that on the top side, 160, 120, it will not be protruded, and the turning down will be coming soon. So when yen is going to appreciate against dollar, alright, dollar yen falls. So what will be a good ETF to bet on yen? This is exactly today's OTOP 76 what we want to share with you. Because if you want to go into shorting the currency, there'll be a lot of volatility, there'll be some swap interest involved, okay, some carry charges. So there's one very interesting ETF that we want to share. If you have interest to buy yen and keep for at least next 1 year, I'm talking about 1 year, alright, 1 year. Well, long yen, short dollar on the next 1 year, instead of going into currency, we have something to share with you. Take a look at this, okay, which is the well, it's coming. Let me see where it is. Okay, this is the symbol FXY. Okay, FXY. Alright, FXY, and this is an ETF that actually long on a yen trust trading in New York Stock Exchange. It's an ETF. Right, if you look at this ETF was incepted in the year 2007 from the bottom here, 81, and it went up to almost like 130. Alright, more than 50% growth, and on the very big previous 15 years, about 14 to 15 years, we were looking at the bottom and the top, which has been shown. Alright, so on the bottom here, we see very strong support, right, on the year that it started trading, and also in the year 2015, right, and now it is also near to the bottom side. So on the bottom side, we are looking at a limited space, and most likely, if we are talking about shorting dollar yen, okay, that equates to long Japanese yen, and one of the best way, alright, best way is to sit long on this yen trust fund, and this is an ETF. Alright, the cost is pretty low. So this OTOP 76 we want to share with you. If you have interest, alright, to hold Japanese yen for the next 6 months to 1 year. That means we are talking about in view of weakening dollar. I think this is a good try, a good attempt, and a good portfolio. All right, if you want to establish. So market is probably also near to the bottom here at about 81. Friday it closed at 82.15. So you can actually time yourself around here anywhere 80 to 82 or even 83. I think it's a good buy. All right, so time yourself, find an entry in this FXY, and this is what we want to share with you in this OTOP 76, and that's for the week 17 January year 2022. Thank you for staying with us, and this is DW Work Equity Time, and come back on every Monday 9 a.m. I shall see you again. Alright, stay tuned and walk on the way to prosperity. You will never walk alone.